Klopp can replace Thiago with Thuram. An update has surfaced on how Liverpool and their midfielders are shaping up ahead of the 2023-2024 Premier League campaign. Journalist James Pearce revealed that Saudi Arabian teams are eyeing a move for Reds midfielder Thiago Alcantara. However, the Spain national team player is not desperate to leave Anfield despite staying a year on his deal and has already turned down the chance to complete a transfer. Thiago is the subject of serious interest from Saudi Arabia and has already rejected an already lucrative offer. His current plan is to stay at Liverpool in the last year of his contract. It is not yet clear whether this stance will change in the coming weeks, the reporter said. This update comes after Turkish giants Fenerbahce reported this summer that it is one of the parties looking to strike a deal for the former Barcelona star. Jürgen Klopp no longer sees the 32-year-old star in the foreground. Because he was not available during his time at Anfield, he became a major nuisance. The £20 million dud has missed an astonishing 66 competitive matches during his 3 seasons in England due to injury or illness. This means that it is not a reliable option for the German boss. Klopp raises his interest in Nice midfielder Khepren Thuram, who was dubbed a monster by writer Sam Maguire for parting ways with Thiago and making room for midfield. A deal for the French player is allegedly underway after Liverpool signed Dominic Szoboszlai for around €60 million. Thuram, who has not had a major injury list in his career to date, has made 89 competitive appearances for Nice in the past 2 seasons. This shows that the French jeweler is a durable player that Klopp can count on being available most of the time. He also showed that he is an impressive artist in the middle of the park. The 22-year-old Dynamo averaged 7.1 SofaScore ratings in 35 league games last season. This placed him 8th in the Liverpool roster for 2022-2023, ahead of the likes of Fabinho, Jordan Henderson, and Curtis Jones. Hailed as strong by talent scout Jacek Kulik, Thuram created 1.1 chances per game for Nice. That's 0.1 more than any Reds midfielder last term. He has certainly shown that he can use his on-the-ball skill to regularly open up opposing defenses to ensure that names like Mohamed Salah, Cody Gakpo, and Darwin Núñez are successful in the final third. These statistics show that League One feeling has the potential to be a great addition to Liverpool's squad and could allow Klopp to part ways with Thiago. The French player is a resilient campaigner who, besides giving a consistent performance, does not miss many matches, making him the perfect successor. Considering that this is the last summer to earn money from Thiago before his contract expires, it certainly makes sense to replace him with Thuram. Liverpool are ready to pay a high price to sign a fantastic defender. The Reds were heavily linked to Colwill as his future at Stamford Bridge hangs in the balance. So far, it looked like the 20-year-old would stay, and Chelsea were reportedly adamant that they wouldn't sell him. Journalist David Lynch spoke about Liverpool's interest in Colwill. According to Lynch, the Reds will take action if even a hint from Chelsea is given. "I think they would absolutely love to sign Colwill," Lynch said. "If there was even a hint that they could do this job, I think Liverpool would do it. They really like him. He fits the bill in so many ways. I think he would be an ideal signing in that position. But it's a difficult transfer. Brighton has already given up because they didn't get the impression that they could make a deal over the line. But Liverpool has a lot more money than Brighton and probably has the ability to make a bigger deal than Brighton does. Maybe if he gets to the point where he says, 'I'm not going to sign a contract later this summer,' he doesn't feel he has enough guarantees during game time, so maybe that option opens up for Liverpool. I know there's been contact on the agent's side, they are following him. If they get the slightest encouragement that they can make a deal with Chelsea, I think they're going to pay a big price for it," he said. As Liverpool's summer window begins to take shape, we're starting to get a clearer picture of the trajectory of the transfer window. For several months now, the Reds have been searching for a left-footed centre-back. Obviously, midfield has been a priority so far. But that has almost come to an end, and attention will soon be turning to whether Liverpool can strike a deal to strengthen their back line. With that in mind, Colwill is clearly someone to consider. Chelsea are showing their desire to retain the academy graduate, but it's not easy getting stuck in a race Liverpool know they can't win. They must have been given some sort of hope from the players' camp. As Lynch said, it looks like the Reds will jump if the West Londoners soften their stance a bit. Brighton looks like they're already out of the race, and Liverpool are dreaming of a chance to convince a player who likes Steven Gerrard. There may be other objectives, more obtainable, currently in the window. Goncalo Inacio is a name with a relatively minor release clause in his contract. But if Liverpool thinks Chelsea will play against Colwill, they are right to stop pulling the trigger. The young defender was described as great by teammate Lewis O'Brien while on loan at Huddersfield Town in 2021-2022. Since then, Colwill has continued to pursue its development. It will be interesting to see how willing the Reds are to go after him, but according to recent reports, he's the one they really want. Colwill is only 20 years old and could be an important move to rejuvenate the aging Liverpool defence. Dean Saunders urged Jürgen Klopp to play Trent Alexander-Arnold in midfield. In this final international break, Trent Alexander-Arnold played midfield for England and excelled at it. Liverpool's right-back gave an impressive performance and was very, very impressive. This gave rise to the rightful opinion of many for Liverpool and Jürgen Klopp to play Trent in midfield. Former Liverpool star Dean Saunders is the latest on this list, and here's what the Reds, who played in the middle of the park, had to say about the academy graduate. "If I were Jürgen Klopp, I would have bought a right-back and played Trent in the midfield. Trent was trained as a fullback, he eventually moved to midfield. He knows exactly what to do." Alexander-Arnold has undoubtedly been a key figure in Liverpool's success in recent years. His offensive ability, accurate crosses and ability to contribute to goals have made him one of the most exciting fullbacks in world football. However, his defensive abilities were often scrutinized, and his opponents used the space behind him. Towards the end of last season, Klopp attempted to play Alexander-Arnold as an inverted centre-back. This tactical adjustment allowed him to work in the more central areas of the pitch where his passing range and sight could be fully utilized. The results were certainly promising as Alexander-Arnold showcased his creative talents and contributed effectively to Liverpool's offensive play. Saunders' suggestion to use Alexander-Arnold in midfield is certainly intriguing. It could introduce a new dynamic to Liverpool's midfield options, provide an additional creative outlet and add a new dimension to the team's offensive play. With his vision, passing ability and technical skills, Alexander-Arnold can definitely improve in the midfielder role, setting the pace of the game and contributing to scoring opportunities. While Saunders' suggestion is justified, we can wait and watch whether Klopp sees fit to try a new position with Alexander-Arnold.